like ready, or are we
Yes,
just going to spontaneously discuss? So you have
I
some things.
actually, yes, I actually do have three topics. The first, and please stop hitting the table unless you have like a question for me.
Oh,
The
uh,
first,
actually, could you perhaps write down the bullet points so they are documented, like,
all
or
right,
like on
sure.
the servers? Because these are like the broad topics, like
Uh,
basically saying, yeah, the first meeting is about was about these and these topics, and then
sure.
when we are done, we can summarize our conclusions there, so everyone knows what's up.
All right. So I don't really want to transcribe the whole thing, so I'm just gonna flip a coin to point one of you two to like write this stuff down because I don't like writing stuff down while I'm also talking at the same time. Uh,
Yes.
I'll appoint.
Yeah. Mm.
All right.
I
That
mean,
leaves you.
we are going to announce certain things anyway if we want to
Yeah.
implement something. So that
True.
comes automatically. That comes naturally. Don't worry about that. That's no extra effort. We're doing that already.
All
That's
right.
what I meant by summarizing our conclusions. We are going to do
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
so
The
okay.
so just to get started, the official things we are going to be discussing, oops, in this meeting are mostly three things. First thing
Mm-hmm.
is to discuss what the actual core of eighth positionism is and what defines the absolute core of eighth positionism, or like a sub ideology like spreadsheet corporatism, neochromatism, anarcho corporatism, or like what the difference between those and the actual core root of eighth positionism that they share. The
Mm-hmm.
second thing we are going to discuss is how best we can spread eighth positionism and implement it and
Mm-hmm.
spread as much as possible. And the third thing, I guess we will leave open to general discussion of ideologies and refinement because
Mm-hmm.
the main reason I wanted to do this was to define the core and how best we can start spreading this.
So really, we only have two topics, and I can already say something about them both. May I?
Uh, sure, why not?
Yeah, okay. So, point number one is what should the core of ideology be? And I have taken a close look at the three like main variants that are explicitly and directly suggested there. There are some extras also mentioned, but let's just for simplicity stick to the main three for a moment. Like at least at the towards the start of this conversation. So one key thing is that we basically have like the common idea is there basically these kinds of lots, quote unquote. That's how they are called there, and they are that they are like different resources are allotted differently for different things depending on the situation. So essentially, it's about the ability to make quick and spontaneous decisions by having the most flexible system possible within the bounds, within the scope of Stoneworks. That is the first aspect. That is the more economic and organizational aspect of this. And then there is this idea that people should be not inactive and not even reactive, but explicitly active. So what we want either way, and that we do know already, is how to make um, how to make give players is basically about giving players a reason they resonate with to first of all be on Stoneworks more regularly, and also those who already are regularly there to actually do something novel there. So essentially, what we want is to clarify people and I mean, I think the name of the server puts it best. I mean, it is Committee of Word Enlightenment. We are basically enlightening people on why how it is good for them to be explicitly active. That is the other aspect of main aspect that I saw in the ideology across the Google Docs.
Hey Tomcat, where are you
Then,
going? Hey Tomcat.
where I'm going with this is that we already have main principles established. We currently have two main principles. One principle is providing people with a reason they resonate with to do something novel on Stoneworks so that then more people become at the very least reactive, if not even active themselves, on the server. And the second main aspect is the idea that the best structure to do this is one that can allot resources as flexibly as possible. And in fact, I can, if we take a look at the Google Docs, like, yeah, thank you for linking it there. Um, oh wait, no, that's Jenehe, Jene. That's not what I want. Where is the general Google Doc? Can you resend me that in a moment? I can't find it because I want to go over like the document and discuss like the points as they're written down there to simply as a gut check as to
It's in the
whether
channel
that is like a very
book.
fundamental principle or whether it's just an add-on.
It's it the eighth position book is in a channel called The Book under the ideology category.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's
May I give a small interjection? Oh, hey, we got another person
sure,
observing. Um,
sure.
I would like to. Okay, hey, Tomcat just left the VC. But the thing.
I think he's having internet issues right now.
Okay,
Like something went wrong, or maybe he was interrupted. I know him already. I kind of know when he's something like it goes wrong on his device. So yeah.
yeah. But what I was gonna say is, uh, okay, how did? Oh, his Discord crashed. What I was gonna say is, I
Mm,
think that we should probably like maybe try to keep it a bit simpler, because while the more long form format does lend itself well to our private discussions of ideology and the other Discord we're in, uh, right
mm,
now I am recording this and I only have so much file space in my computer, and video recordings take up a lot of space. And
yeah,
I
sure.
basically I preferred if you
Mm,
were less filibustering. Um,
mm. Sure. Okay. I will. Okay. I think I know how to make this more direct. So, Hey Tomka and I come from a small nation, which is the union of two former nations named Landhaven and Druzhnoslavia, respectively. And the reason we made that union was to boost activity in both constituents. And so, and I'd say that did work for a little while, but then activity got lower again because there was just too little engagement, and we're just too small of a nation to really advertise ourselves to recruit new people. It's very difficult to do because we're just two completely random islands in the middle of a sea. But we have a new we want are passing a new constitution. In fact, let me check whether it is passed because I think that the time for that I think the 24 hours are over now. Um, but my point is that that constitution would feature a lot of aspects that were coincidentally covered by the eighth position. It will cover maximum people's engagement. We have a people's council where everyone's in there. It's essentially a parliament, but everyone is a member in there. Then we have that basically city councils. That's basically like people's councils, but for the individual claims. And we also want to go as close to anarchy as possible because anarchy allows the most things possible, and allowing for things, allowing people to do something is the best way to make them do something, obviously. So um so um yeah, I think that is a very good thing an important thing to do. That's why I personally am more on the side of most on the side of anarcho-corporatism. However, um, but anarcho-corporatism, well, it even though it has anarcho in its name, it's not really anarchical in a sense, because there is a single corp for the entire nation, and a single leader or council governs the corps. However, the structure is stateless and no central government exists outside the corps leadership. But I mean, think about it. Isn't a corp leadership simply a government? Because, like, I don't think if I don't understand, I don't know if I understand this correctly, but and that corp leadership would basically fill in the power vacuum of that would otherwise be a traditional government. So that is not truly anarchical, and I think the name is a little misleading. But I'll allow you to explain yourself here.
Uh, Dude, we're still in trying to discuss what the core of eighth positionism is. What? Yeah. Man of Market
I'm
just pointed
asking.
out.
Mm,
How does all this define what the ideology is and isn't? Are we speaking on the branch? I do appreciate your enthusiasm, but I explicitly saved the whole stuff about talking about the sub ideologies for section
I'm
3.
the
And
reason I'm picking this I'm the reason I'm picking this sub ideology is that the name is very misleading, and when I am referring to an anarchical concept to this, I am not referring to the way it is written here and the way it is named here, anarcho corporatism, and I mean like actually getting as close to anarchy as is possible within Stoneworks, and which is just the idea of allowing as much as possible so people can do as much as possible. And I mean, what we want is activity, right? So if there is a
yes.
government in nations that restricts certain things, then people will do less things, and that means they are less active. So
I'm
my conclusion here is that like an actual anarchical like approach to this is most effective to get eighth positionism going. And I mean, I'm aware this bleeds into point two, which I would also like to get into once we're done with
We
point
still
one.
haven't discussed point one. You're still talking about one specific sub ideology. Um,
No, I'm not talking about it. No. I am not talking about no. No, I'm not. I'm just no. That was just a very short remark on how I find that name misleading, and I was just saying that when I refer to an anarchical approach to this, I do not refer to how it's in the docs, and then I basically closed the parentheses and moved on. I'm not referring to it in particular. I'm talking about it like in general. Like what I'm saying is a core idea of eighth positionism needs to be that people are able and allowed to do as much as possible, because this way they will do as much as possible, aka be maximally active, which is exactly what we want. That is my point here.
okay.
I am
Um,
not I'm not cherry picking a particular sub position. I am in fact stating something entirely new here, which I think must be part of our core idea.
all right. Um, Since I'm the guy who wrote the book on what our core idea is, I would like to give my personal stance. But first, I would like to give an
Mhm.
applause to. Did somebody break the glass there? I just fell through the floor. Okay. Anyways, uh, ignoring the fact that I just fell through the floor somehow. Um, weird. Uh, I don't know. Hey Tomcat, I don't know. So, as Hey Tomcat said, he said that he best believed eighth position could be summarized as a decentral planned economy to reactivate the player base. And
Mhm.
well, personally, I would have different words. I actually agree. I think that's a better explanation than what I came up with.
Yes.
And I would like to uh, say that. But I do believe there's another core aspect of eighth positionism beyond the
Yeah.
economic aspect, and that is the
Yes.
classification of players into three types. As you all know, we
Mm.
classified players into active, reactive, and inactive.
Mhm.
And I believe that that is interesting. Noticeably, Athaz actually gave us an interesting idea, and that was that there's a fourth kind, a counteractive. And I think that that would be a wise thing to adopt as well, is the classification of players into these four types with the aim of, through decentralized economics and incentives, getting people, well, not really decentralized, corporatist economics and incentives, and would be getting people to be
May I
active.
ask you? May I ask something for clarification?
Sure.
What when you say you want to classify players into groups, do you mean that depending on what category they are part of, they have more or less options or rights or anything,
No,
or like more or less recognition, or
no,
do you
it's just
just
a
or is
classification
this
based on.
is
It's just.
it pure? Okay, so you're not. It's good because, and I want to emphasize this. We should never make so eight. We should never allow eighth positionism to drift into favoring active players
What?
morally over like less active players. Like what? No, what I mean is, since our goal is to make players as active as possible, what shouldn't happen is that we radicalize to the point where if someone isn't active enough, then we basically they basically, let's just say that we disadvantage them in any way. That should never happen. We should never be in favor of that, because the only way for as many people as possible to be active is for all people to have the same possibilities and this equal full freedom of action. That is what we want. So just noting here that I do not want this to drift in any direction. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying
Okay.
it shouldn't ever happen.
Okay.
That's just a little warning here.
Black Clover.
Mm.
Um. So, as Hey Tomcat pointed out in chat, that
Mm.
because of applicability constraint on us, because of the way Stoneworks works, because everyone can be active, and if they can't, that's purely an applicability constraint. So what he
Mm.
was saying was that all systems on Stoneworks, including 8th Position, do naturally favor active players, because active players actually get on and do things. One of the guys listening in just left. And
Mm.
ultimately, that is one of the big things about our ideology. Most of the sub ideologies are
Mm.
designed to have it so that, you know, active,
Mm.
reactive players and stuff will get on and become more active and actually become active, while active players will,
Yes. By the
uh,
way, I'm sorry to say this. The new constitution, which includes many ideas of eighth positionism already, was voted in favor of. Four in favor and one abstention. So it's
good,
passed.
good. So,
Yeah, I just wanted to say this, but continue.
um, so okay, wait, what were we talking? Right, right. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can get this back on track, and I do want to apologize for rudeness, but if we start getting off topic again, I'm going to have to interrupt because we've been here for like 15 minutes, and a lot of that was, yeah. So basically,
Okay.
let's really quickly all vote on a common definition of eighth positionism. I would personally vote. Oh wait, yes, man of market.
Mm,
He's saying something in chat. Hold. Sorry, didn't mean to hit you. He's saying something in chat.
mm.
Oh, okay. He has a suggestion or an amendment. Let's hear it. I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Where is that being written right now?
Chat, in-game chat.
Oh, in-game chat. Okay.
Okay. Eighth position is the act of allocations of funds to the different classes. Interesting. Okay. So it seems that we all have slightly varying definitions of eighth positionism. So I am going to, I am going to see if we can get something that don't. He's chill. He's good. He's listening in on us. He's just here to watch stuff happen. So what I think, I hope we can all agree on this, is that eighth positionism is a system with two aspects based on increasing player activity, either through sorry, I had to read a message on Discord. Either you just fell through the glass too. If you touch that banner. But anyways, atheism is an ideology split into two things: the classification of players into 4 groups based on activity, and an economic system based off of corporatism, designed to promote activity and reward active players. Does everyone think that that is a good definition for eighth positionism? In fact, you know
Please
what?
define corporatism more specifically.
Okay, the organization of society into different economic corps, which is a very recurring theme of the whole document. So I'm going to place this sign in game, and if you are
Yes.
on the I side, just write your name, and if you're on the nay side, just write a mark on the nay side for that vote. You just right click on it to be able to edit it. Oh wait, no, you guys aren't in this claim. You know what? I've got a simpler idea. If you are for it, stand on this side. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, just say aye or nay in the chat.
I will have to state explicitly what my position is.
Thank you, Russo. Russo also supports that definition. Let the record show.
I'd say that very, very broad definition.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
Is a good place to start. And however, a definition is not going to be enough because a definition does not constitute specific basic principles. That is not the one and same thing. We should talk about that next.
But that was literally what the whole thing was trying to get our, the basic principles of this down into a simple definition of ideology so that we can determine the what qualifies as the core ideology and what qualifies as sub-ideology.
Okay, good. Then
also, by the way, that vote just passed because me, Hey Tomcat, and Man of the Market and Russo all voted for that. So why do people
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
falling through
okay.
this glass? It's so weird. What the heck? So now onto the. It just happened again. What is up with that? Onto the second order of business. Geez, we've been here for almost half an hour. We're only now getting onto the second order of business. All right. The second order of business is how best to spread eighth positionism globally. Excuse me, I just need to eat some bread.
Okay.
I would like to. All right. Well, Russo advocates for genocide. That's an interesting proposal.
mm,
I would like to. It's fair. I accidentally hit you earlier. It's fine if you accidentally hit me once. I would like to personally say that we must adopt a three-structured plan. Now, I should point out before, like everyone points out, the whole thing about spreading it is a lot less about the philosophy of it and a lot more about, actual practicalities on how we're going to get people
mm,
to,
exactly.
support it. So it's more
Mm,
based off of stuff like payment, military stuff, etc.
mm,
So I would like to point that out. Um,
mm,
so my personal suggestion is a three-pronged plan, which I'm going to call the Trident plan because it has 3 steps.
mm.
The first step is a welcome back, hey Tomcat. Is quite simply that's an instant strat. That is the second part of it. The first part of it is to simply utilize money. As I'm sure you guys have noticed, one of the main things of eighth positionism is, using money to convince people to, uh, you know, do things. Its big incentive is the idea
Mm,
that most people on this server are reactive, inactive, or counteractive, and won't really do anything uh, unless it directly benefits themselves in the short term with little long-term planning. At least that's been my experience with like 80% of the people on this server.
mm,
So that's the first plan, is simply pay people to support us and join our groups and stuff. The second stage of the plan, I don't know what Hey Tomcat's doing. The second stage of the plan is, as Russo suggested, war. We get a bunch of mercenaries and stuff and insurgents to get them to fund it. Russo, I'm actually going to officially be appointing you to the committee. Just so you know. So means you're part of the leadership. But anyways, so that's the big thing, is mercenaries, warfare, and insurgency. Insurgency is going to be a big part of it in
mm,
that aspect. The
mm.
Then finally, yes, hey Tomcat, that's true. What are you doing? Okay. Um,
Yeah, he's a silly
we
man,
just fell through
indeed.
the floor. Why do we keep falling through the floor? Okay. So okay, thank you. Uh, Russo wants us to ally his friends in Reltium. I'll put that on the next thing in the agenda. So, yeah, and the third stage of the thing, beyond the mercenaries and the ideology itself, is trying to support coups and getting the Committee of World Enlightenment to be sort of more of a forum for all nations in our ideology.
Okay.
Uh,
Um,
that's my
First of
personal
all,
proposal.
okay. I have an idea that I believe is going to take a lot less time, and that I also think might work. So first of all, yes, finding people directly, that's a very good point. That is literally one of the core aspects of the ideology. Hence, we start doing it right away. We can do that. Um, but I do think there's a better and more efficient way to get the rest going. I have you have heard that Velarum turned into an anarchy very recently, right?
Okay.
and anarchies are most flexible in terms of what ideology they pursue next, right? Because
Yeah.
they have literally, by definition, no structure.
Yeah.
Hence, what we can do is support as many anarchist groups within any nation as possible and advocate for anarchism everywhere, so then people can see that eighth positionism works the best, because our position, like holding the eighth positionism, we obviously we implicitly also say, yeah, this is what works best in our opinion. And if this is the case, then that means that eighth positionism should arise naturally from anarchism, because anarchism can develop into literally anything else. Hence, it is most effective to just make as many places anarchist as possible, so that then they can adopt our ideology without the risk of any sort of corruption that would undo our efforts. Does that sound logical to you?
Um, kind of, but not certain parts of it. It seems counterproductive to promote one ideology in the hopes that eventually flourishes into our own ideology, but Man of Market has something to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Man of Market has a proposal. Um, Russo also had a proposal. He said to loan money to governments and charge interest if they default take their land, since it's considered stealing if it over 100K. That's just what I do. So, all right, Man of Market has the spiral plan. Uh, that does make sense, Russo. That does make sense.
Mm? What is it about? Like, I can read the chat.
Uh, basically, uh, it was that thing I said where he was like saying we should charge, we should give loans to governments and then, you know, charge interest. All right, so Man of Market says our first priority would be infiltrate small fledgling governments. These are the seeds for growth. Okay, sounds good so far. Next, we need to get a means of getting money. We buy out several shop claims. Okay, okay. All right, keep going. And spread the ideology by word via the shops. Interesting. Oh, wait, a random guy just walked in. Finally, we have enough money in seed governments. We unite the claims. Oh, interesting.
Mm, okay. Hey Tomcat, can you open like the chat so we can see the whole I can see the whole history again? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's get Tom Cat's job. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. That is very reasonable. So essentially we could create the union of eighth positionism. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
all right,
Hey
these are.
Tomcat. Cities is written with an IE. Oh boy. Man. Nah, from friend to friend, you gotta be silly.
Um, Okay, so it seems we got a few different suggestions for how we can do it, and most of them seem like good ideas, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
In that case,
I, I, sup- I support that idea that you can read there on the chat a lot more because it doesn't involve war. And I do not like war because a war feeds further corruption for the winners and for the losers too.
um,
So that would be counterproductive for us.
I'm gonna be honest, war actually tends to increase activity a lot, and
It
actually
does.
usually
It
helps.
does, but the aftermath um is the aftermath of this is
Oh dang it, I just teleported somewhere else. Hold up.
mm, we
Bruce.
aren't trying to be fair. We're just trying to oh to spread the ideology.
Yeah.
Um but I
That is
mean
true.
mm,
But okay,
yeah, okay, yeah,
I'm gonna
good.
just okay. I think we've got a few different suggestions on what we should do, and I think, hmm, all right, you know what? I have a suggestion. I propose that we create a subcommittee dedicated to expansion whose job is to generally decide in each case, it's to assess and find opportunities to expand our ideology and to spread it as much as possible.
Mm, that's not very specific.
Uh, yeah, I think it's because we've got too many good suggestions and because each nation is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm. Like, I mean, even though any nation is different, like, there's a difference between how principles are implemented and what the principles are. What,
it's
like, my
true.
question is, what principles do we pursue as we
Well,
try to spread it so we can spread it effectively? That is essentially our question.
no. The question was how can we spread our ideology, just period. Um,
Mm,
but
mm,
I
yeah.
personally I personally propose that we should create, as Hey Tomcat has named, the Subcommittee for Ideological Expansion and Cooperation, or SEAC, which I think
Mm.
that's what I vote for. Uh, and
Okay.
I am going to just sort of. So, you know what? I'm going to get it. If you do not like either option, be in the middle. If you do want to form SEAC, go over to this side of the room where I am right now, and if you want to uh, go over to uh, okay, so basically we're determining if we want to form a subcommittee for expanding our ideology, or if we want to not do that. The subcommittee would basically just be like, we should um, do things based on what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And the other options was either sticking to one course for all things, and the other option was something that was, yeah. So we've got two in favor of SEAC. I'm going to be honest, I think SEAC is the best option because it allows us to be the most versatile. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because we are going to need. Okay, Russo
Mm-hmm.
said, vote me for
Um,
whatever you said. So that means that
and,
that's 3 votes for SEAC. Hooray!
mm,
That's all right.
I I don't really care. I abstention here
All
on
right.
my end.
All right.
As long as it's done. I don't care.
All right, so that was to conclude the results of that vote. That was 3 for SEAC, 1 against SEAC, and 1 abstention.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that said, the final issue is the issue of like sub ideologies and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and different sub ideologies. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of concerned seeing how this meeting has had so much filibustering and stuff. I am actually kind of concerned about discussing the sub ideologies, especially because um, I'm just kind of
Mm-hmm.
quick about that. But
Mm.
I
Don't say
think,
no need to say names. We know. I admit I do have the tendency to explain myself relatively lengthily. Let me make this very short for us all. Um, I we should just wait and see what sub ideologies develop as time passes, because this like the eighth positioning has not existed for very long yet,
yeah, it's existed for
and
only a few
we
days,
just
pretty
need to
much.
see how people are going to reinterpret our principles and like eighth positionism in general, and only then we can really judge which ones are like actual eighth positionism we want, and which ones are just misinterpretation and misunderstanding it, and also maybe even misleading. I
All
think
right,
we need to do this later
I
because like the like don't forget this position has only existed for like what, a couple of days at most.
I would, however, like to say that because we uh okay, Man of Market says that won't work. I say if people are going to try and interpret our ideals and make a sub, we are going to fail. Oh, sorry for interrupting. It's fine. That's a fair thing. What I was going to say is sort of a middle ground between those things. I think we need to have, personally, um, maybe another subcommittee where we determine like sub ideologies that are properly eighth positionists. However,
Yes.
for this meeting, I think we should hammer out the current eighth positionist sub ideologies. Right now we have 5. There's the 3 that we mentioned originally: anarcho-corporatism, neo-chrometism, and spreadsheet corporatism, for anyone wondering. Then we
Hmm.
had the then we have uh, national eighth positionism, which is sort of starting to form between oh, okay, which is sort of starting to form with the what was I gonna say? Um, Basically, also, by the way, Russo, you should hopefully be able to talk. How do I unmute you? I just I don't know how to unmute Russo. Oh, okay. Well, basically, what I was saying was we need. So there's 5 of those sub ideologies. We got the 3 that are original: nationalist eighth positionism, and then Usherist eighth positionism. I would also like, these are the ones that already exist as sub ideologies. I would also like
Hmm.
the proposal uh, to amend 2 new, actually only really 1 new eighth positionist things, and that would be mercenary eighth positionism, which, because I think we've we're probably going to be seeing that a lot, especially with how we will likely be expanding, which would basically be a lot like uh, sort of spreadsheet corporatism or neochrometism with explicitly the military in charge, which is not what I'm going to advocate for. However, I do think that's going to be something we're going to be seeing a lot, especially because eighth positionist nations will have to defend themselves as we are explicitly revolutionary and hoping to make all nations eighth positionist, we are going to have to defend ourselves. Does it? Okay, Tomcat actually just proposed something that sounds a lot more important than what we're currently talking about. So I'm just going to, for anyone wondering, hey, Tomcat just proposed with the idea of subcommittees. Should we also select the members for the subcommittees real quick? I think that's a good idea. So let's just all in favor of admitting that the sub idea of saying the sub ideas are what I just said, so we can get on to the actually important proposal. All in favor of that? I guess
What is the
I.
question?
Just saying that what I was saying are the current accepted sub ideologies, and then moving on to selecting who's actually going to be in the two subcommittees that we formed, because that seems more important. Also, that's okay. That's 9. All right. So as Hey Tomcat said, we should select who is in these subcommittees. Now, I've actually been thinking of a system for this based on the current organizational structure. So, essentially, we basically, all right, basically what I'm saying is we are going to have appointments, and then the committee is going to vote on appointing who is who. We are also going to have what is essentially an anti-appointment, where you say that a certain person shouldn't be on one committee. Actually, I guess a nomination. A nomination and a recall. Well, actually, it's sort of a preemptive recall. What I'm saying is you can nominate someone to be voted for, like this person should be in this committee. And then you can also nominate, I think that person should not be in this committee because I don't think they'd be a good fit. Yeah, pre-recall. That would be a good term, yeah. So the first thing is that SEAC, let me check what it stood for again. Nah. Okay, it's SEAC. What was SEAC again? Hold up. Subcommittee for Ideological Expansion and Cooperation. So, this committee is the one for expansions. We're not forming a subcommittee for appointments and pre-recalls.
He's just continuing the joke. The joke.
I know, but anyways, so for SEAC, I would like to officially nominate Russo, Man of Market, and me. I guess that's who I'm nominating. I would also like. Okay, I'm trying to think. There is someone I want to pre-recall, but I also at the same time don't want to pre-recall someone because I'm worried about hurting their feelings. So
just say your opinion.
All right, I would like to pre-recall BlackClover due to his hesitance to do wars and not wanting to do wars, which I believe would be very beneficial to expanding it, especially because I am nominating Russo, who is going to want wars, and me, I'm also going to want wars and insurgencies. So, yeah, Russo just said I love war, so as I am nominating him, I'm going to have to pre-recall you since you're anti-war. I apologize, but
okay. Fine, it's all right.
Okay, hey Tomcat, just remembered something that might also be useful. Is it what? Okay.
Wait, let him finish typing. I know. I'm seeing what he's typing. Like, look at what he's typing.
Oh, right, he's streaming. The Black Clovers and my nation have an inefficient alliance with Scalaga. Okay. Which could also help with our expansion plans. Good. Okay, that's neat. Could. Okay. He's also in the Wyvern Coalition with Scalaga. Nice. So for SEAC, nice. Do we All right, let's move on. BlackClover. Who are your
Mm,
nominations, and if you have any pre-recalls for SIEC? You can also abstain if you want. Um,
mm. Okay, let me go through everyone and think it through. So okay, so I'll say it in order. Hey Tomcat, Skiek was about like expansion, right?
yes,
So
this is the
I would definitely appoint we can appoint up to three people, or did you just say three people like
three people is just
arbitrarily?
the three people. Those were just the people I want to appoint. We can appoint like however many
Okay.
we want to this, but a smaller one would work better for actually getting things
Okay.
done.
Good. Just asking. Okay, so I would appoint Hey Tomcat. I don't know Man of Market very well, so I'm not going to say anything in regard of that person. Um, personally, I think like I get that the war stuff. I get it now that the war stuff would just be very temporary, and but however, in order to not like overdo it, I think I might be a pretty good balance there. I do not intend to hinder any plans, like categorically here. Um, then I think you, Oligarch Marshall, you would be definitely competent for this
Thank
too.
you.
I know that player Ogzenov has sometimes some very good ideas. I already can remember the name of who just left. I think it was Russo.
Yeah, they're
And
on the committee
Russo,
now.
I don't know Russo either, so I can't say anything about that person. And Arc 987, um, I yeah, so I Archie. Oh right, that's Archie. Yeah, I think that person would be competent as well there, and I do not wish to pre-recall anyone.
All right. I would actually like to. Hey, Tomcat suggested anything, and that was putting a cap on how many people can be in it.
Mm-hmm.
Before we keep going with the nominations and pre-recalls, I would like to actually have a vote on that, putting a cap on it at 3 people. Uh, so, all in favor of capping the subcommittees at being made up of 3 people. I Okay, that's 3. Um, all right. So, hey Tomcat, who are your pre-recalls and uh, nominations? All right. I'm actually just gonna create a chart to keep track of who has been voted for and who has been voted against. So, how many
Mm-hmm.
nominations versus pre-recalls you have?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just. Oops, hold up. I didn't mean to place that sign there. Uh, Russo, Man of Market, uh, and BlackClover.
Mm-hmm.
So these are nominations. So looking at the nominations, I have let me just 3. Hey Tomcat has okay, I know Hey Tomcat nominated Hey Tomcat. While I'm typing this out, Man of Market, if you could do that. BlackClover, did you also nominate Hey Tomcat or did you not? Okay, he did. In that case, Hey Tomcat has 2 nominations. Let me just mark that down. Russo has once again 2 nominations. Man of Market. I know I nominated him. And BlackClover, you have one nomination and one pre-recall. So okay. Actually, you have two pre-recalls because Man of Market has issued a pre-recall. Then for the nominations is Man of Market, Hey Tom, and Oligarch. So let me just. I fell through the floor again. I keep doing that. Okay. Hey Tomcat and me. So for everyone wondering, let's meet. So I have 4 nominations. Hey Tomcat has 3 nominations. Russo and Man of Market have 2 nominations each, and BlackClover, you have -1 nominations.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I somehow don't think your chance of getting on this committee is very high.
Okay, yeah, then rule me out. I say voluntarily I'm not in there, and then you have 3 people. I don't really care. Just do it.
Well, we've got to decide if Russo or Man of Market becomes the 3rd member, because Hey Tomcat and me, we have 3 and 4. So,
All right.
I
Does
could
any for a question? Does would any of you voluntarily decline the offer to join, or do you insist on joining? First of
well,
all.
Russo isn't here right now, but 2 people did nominate him, so he does still have the same amount of votes, and he is a committee member, even if he's not here right now.
I know.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
aware.
we're holding a vote. All in favor of Russo becoming 3rd member, say aye. Aye. Hey, Tomcat says aye, so that's 2. There's 4 right now. Obviously, Man of Market is against it because that would mean him not becoming a subcommittee member. So, BlackClover, what BlackClover still has to decide on the final vote. Right now, there's 2 and there's 4 of us. It's not decided yet. It could either be a stalemate or a voting you out. So BlackClover, who are you casting your vote for? You are the deciding vote between a stalemate and
the option is stalemate or Russo.
Yeah. The stalemate is Russo versus it or Man of Market. You can either stalemate for Man of Market, or you can, yeah. So, do you want to stalemate or vote for Russo?
Well, I know neither of these people, so I think it wouldn't be fair for me to make any decisions. So I would abstain, and then it would be Russo who joins. I don't really care. I know neither of them, and I'm not in the position of deciding anything here in this context.
Okay, so
Meaning Russo would be in. Meaning Russo would be in.
Okay, so I guess that means that
Russo is in.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Man of Market. So.
Yeah, it was the vote. That's how it goes.
All right. So what was the other subcommittee? That one was the one dedicated to determining sub ideologies. We still need to vote for that one. What was the name of it again? Hey, Tomcat, you're the one who names these things. What did you name it? I'm scrolling through the chat. Okay. So sub-ideological classification subcommittee, I think. Okay, so CISC. 6. All right, so classification, so nominations and stuff for this. All right, I'm going to nominate. Excuse me. All right, 6. Okay, that's actually a way better way of pronouncing it. So for the sub-ideological classification subcommittee, I'm going to nominate myself, Man of Market, and Hey Tomcat. I'm going to place a pre-recall on Russo because I don't really think he understands our ideology and is mostly in this for fun. So I'm going to put a pre-recall on him. So those are my nominations. BlackClover, since you're the other guy in the VC with a mic, what are your nominations?
So
Again.
okay, for the sub ideology thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so I would definitely appoint myself. I have already read myself through some of the stuff. Definitely Hey Tomcat, no doubt.
Right.
I would also nominate you. I think you would be somewhat able to classify them. I think you would. I mean, you literally created this.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, those are your nominations, I guess.
I don't know
only
very much
get
about Archie's
you only get
political
3
understanding.
nominations.
I don't know much about Archie's
You
understanding, so I would not.
already gave
Yeah,
3
yeah.
nominations.
I wouldn't give the rest anyway. Good.
All right.
I won't give the rest anyway.
So
Okay.
Hey
And I
Tomcat
would not
put on
pre-recall
a.
anyone.
Oh, all right. Hey Tomcat put a pre-recall on Russo, which means Russo now has -2 votes for him. Nomination: Oligarch Marshall, Hey Tomcat, and BlackClover. So let me just now it's time for Man of Market. Man of Market. Who are you nominating or pre-recalling? You can pre-recall someone if you think that you can get on the committee. If you were to pre-recall someone and vote, anyways, just make your nominations and your pre-recall. All right, pre-recall. Hey Tomcat nominates himself and BlackClover. Okay. Pre-rec. So. Oh yeah, you need to give another nomination. That was only 2. I was not expecting it to go that way. Nomination for Russo. Okay. Okay, so let's tally up these votes.
Wait, didn't Defender say Hey Tomcat himself and me? That is 3 nominations, right?
No, he pre-recalled Hey Tomcat, nominated himself and BlackClover.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry, I didn't.
Okay, so
not.
let me just
I know
tally
why
up
these
these
colons are
votes
so
real
weird.
quick. So to tally up these votes, I have 3 votes. Hey Tomcat has 2 votes. Russo has -1 votes. Man of Market has 2 votes. And BlackClover has 3 votes. So that's a tie between Hey Tomcat and Man of Market.
Okay, who's in favor of a Hey Tomcat? Question mark. Then please say aye.
So for Hey Tomcat, please say aye if you're in favor of Hey Tomcat.
And I also say aye.
All right, so that's 2 for Hey Tomcat. Now, if you're in favor of Man of Market, say aye. Aye. Okay, we're at an impasse. We're at a stalemate. So, dang. Okay. let's. Okay, Russo had to go. He would be able to break this stalemate. This is why we have 3 members specifically instead of 4, so that we can break stalemates like this, by the way. But
Yeah.
dang. Okay. I got nothing against anyone here either. I just personally think, personally, no. We need to be able to break stalemates, especially on stuff like. We need to be able to break stalemates.
I have a different idea. Can't we increase it to 5? Then that would be an odd number again, and we don't have to resolve the draw. Also, I think discussing something like sub ideologies might require slightly larger group than the expansion thing.
All right. All in favor of expanding it to 5 members, say aye.
Aye.
It's 2 for. Dang it. All right. 5 members, which means that all of us are now on the sub-ideology committee.
Yeah. Okay. Problem solved.
Okay. All right. Now I have one final proposal. Okay. This proposal is. I didn't think of it until like just now, but I propose that the 5 people who actually attended the meeting and vote on stuff, we become the inner committee, because most of the people in the committee just sort of didn't show up. So I vote that we become the inner committee and take leadership upon ourselves, because we're the people who, actually showed up for the vital and important first meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that's unanimous. We are the High Committee, everyone. I'll be giving y'all admin in the Discord shortly. The Vanguard 8th Positionism. Hey, since we're also the sub-ideology thing, all in favor of adding Vanguard 8th Positionism to the sub-ideology list.
One question, what is Vanguard exactly again?
Having a high committee like we are, and then the committee of corps ruling the nation. Or in this case, council.
I suppose we should at the very least discuss it.
Personally, Vanguard 8th Positionism,
Yeah, that's okay. Not if it is like an absolutist thing. I just say we would be like a sort of like a counseling institution more of sorts, rather than an act with actual power stuff.
Okay, this is interesting. Say, hey, Tomcat is going, long live the Vanguard, and Man of Market is going,
making it
our
as a
thirst
joke.
for power shouldn't
Hey
counteract the
Tomcat
ideology.
is making it as a joke.
I'm leaning more towards Hey Tomcat's thing. But okay. This is so funny to watch. Okay, let me explain what I'm saying. I'm standing from and Hey Tomcat's like nodding his head, and then Man of Market's like shaking his head. It's like an angel and devil on the shoulder thing. This one has got red hair, and the other's wearing like all blue armor. Oh, now they're fighting each other.
I mean,
Okay, this is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
We're at a stalemate either way, so I think I'll just let the issue drop and like reconsult it for later. But let it be known, I am in favor of us High Committee dudes being the vanguard of 8th Positionism. No, we're not outlawing it. We're at a stalemate. I'm just gonna let it drop. All right. This is hilarious. Okay. Well. Inner committee. The High Committee. I officially.
Okay, another joke from Hey Tomcat.
Yeah, no, we're not doing Supreme President. High Committee.
Yeah. By the way, just for you to know, when Hey Tomcat does these kinds of comments in all caps, then that's almost certainly like as a joke. Like that's clearly like with a joke tone. Just for you to
Alright.
know, even that Vanguard thing was a bit of a joke. So I don't know why you took it so literally, but I mean,
Well,
we
I
can
kind of thought
consider
it was a
it.
neat idea.
Yeah, yeah. Let's consider that then, but later, as we
Alright.
draw currently.
Yeah.
Was this
Anyways,
all that was to be discussed today?
yeah, I fell through the hole again. That was all and more.
Okay,
Okay.
another joke
Oh
from Hey
05
Tomcat.
counts. I actually was thinking of forming an SCP kind of thing for that 05 council comment, but I like that suggestion, and I'll get back to you later,
Cool.
Hey Tomcat. We might have some things to discuss. 08
Oh, eight
council.
council,
I
obviously.
like this suggestion. I'll be back to you later, Hey Tomcat. Actually, all in favor of naming the High Committee of the Committee for Global Enlightenment the 08 Council, or the 08 Committee.
I.
Yeah, let me just rename it. The 08 Council or 08 Committee? Which one?
Council in this case.
Alright, 08
The committee should
Council.
be the whole. The committee should be the whole thing,
Yeah, okay,
and council should be this.
let me just type it out real quick and give it some like fancy lettering. The 08 Council. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Mm, yep. And now, Hey Tomcat's gone, and in Newland, I don't know why, but I guess he wants to. But yeah, he's taking Brett with him
Alright.
apparently.
Yeah, I'm also
Yeah,
gonna
I don't know
jump
what
off this
he's.
wall and die real quick.
Yeah. So, is this meeting now
You know what?
officially over,
Yeah,
or
let me
are we going to
officially.
discuss anything further?
No, I think that was everything on the agenda and quite a bit more besides. So I officially, here with the power invested in me as the founder of the Committee for Global Enlightenment and
Mm,
08-1, I hereby call this meeting of the 08 Council to a close.
mm.
All right, see ya.
Yeah. Yeah. See ya.